Well, good evening, YouTubers. This is F for the EQE3 Enterprises coming at you with a movie review, which I haven't done in quite a while, or a proper movie review. I recently decided this weekend, since I had to go to Sholo Civilization, since I live so rurally, get prescriptions, and I decided to see a movie, and that movie was the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Out of the Shadows. Well, what do I have to say about it? Well, it was fun for what it was. Seemed like everything in the movie's leading up to the obvious sequel. And of course, there are a lot of things in there that are, obviously nods to what can become toys, which shouldn't surprise me because pretty much all movies are like that. They lead to a sequel, and they also have spots for things that are obviously going to be, consumables, products, toys, whatever. Of course, it was obviously aimed at kids, even though it puzzled me it was a PG-13 rating. I didn't see PG-13 in there, but Shredder and Karai were pretty useless. I thought they didn't have a whole lot of screen time doing anything exciting. I figured maybe Splinter and Shredder would go at it again, or the Turtles would fight this new improved Shredder, but he didn't do a lot, and Karai was absolutely useless. Hopefully, or I should say, when there's a sequel, they'll have more to do. Of course, if you saw the movie, you know what happened to Shredder, so... Of course, since Megan Fox's April, you had to have the obligatory sexy scene. Wasn't anything over the top or anything. It was PG-13 after all, but yeah, it was aimed at the adult gentlemen turtle fans and perhaps the fathers of the kids watching it. Casey Jones was kind of dumb. This guy is was he a corrections officer or a cop or something like that? And it just happens to be a vigilante by night, and he kind of out of nowhere he pulls a mask and a hockey stick out of the trunk of his car, and he's really good at hockey. I think Casey Jones needs a backstory. I don't know if you can do a whole movie on him, but he needs more of a backstory than that. Because the Casey Jones of old were kind of outcasts. It didn't fit in, but, if I ended up in that role somehow or another. Also, Blue Blood fans will recognize Robert Clohessy. He plays Lieutenant Sid Gormley in Blue Bloods. And in this movie, he was... Deputy Warden Hamlet. I also noticed that the Turtles have more screen time this time, which I'm glad of. I have a feeling it was budget restraints last time because the CGI is probably expensive to do, especially all the motion capture and stuff. Turtles were more realized in this one. Their individual personalities were more prevalent. Their personalities were explored more, and their family dynamic was expressed more. So you see, the differing personalities and disagreements and whatnot in a typical family. Of course, their frustrations with wanting to fit into the human world, even though they're mutant turtles. Of course, there was something that came up later on that they had to make a very important or even dangerous decision concerning that. I also noticed that Splinter was more of a mentor, or more of a father figure than he was in the first. In the first one, he's kind of I don't know. He was just trying to be hard on his sons so they be the best they are, but seemed to be a little bit different this time. I'm kind of glad of that. And of course, it brings us to Bebop and Rocksteady. Those two guys had great chemistry. Glad they chose those particular people. One guy's name was Sheamus. He's a WWE wrestler, I believe, and I can't think of the other guy's name. I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. But they had great chemistry. Now they have a unforgettable catchphrase. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And of course, you have to have the obligatory fart joke, aimed at the little kids, of course. I mean, why wouldn't you have that when you have a giant mutant rhinoceros and a giant mutant warthog? Why wouldn't you have an obligatory fart joke? You'd be slacking if you didn't, right? And of course, there's the obligatory Transformers reference, since Michael Bay is a producer. Of course, I wasn't too thrilled with Bebop's pink goatee or beard, whatever it was. It was just freaking stupid. He didn't have that in the other iterations. I don't know why they did that, but I kept drawing my attention. I keep seeing that. It was really annoying. Shave it off, man. Of course, they're a little bit more rude and crude than they usually were. Of course, they couldn't do that in the cartoons, I guess. And of course, Krang. What I understand, this actor was a second choice for Krang's voice. I don't know why they considered him, but Brad Garrett of Everybody Loves Raymond fame was the voice, and it was like, that voice doesn't fit Krang. I'm sorry. It just annoyed me the whole time he was speaking. No offense to Brad Garrett. He's a good actor. And of course, Tyler Perry was Baxter Stockman. He did good, but there was something about his performance that vaguely reminded me of someone, or maybe he was picking up from other movies or something. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I couldn't. It just reminded me of someone. Where have I seen that? Where have I seen those mannerisms before? The laugh before. The awkwardness before. I've seen that somewhere before. Where was it? I thought maybe one of his previous roles he was taking inspiration from. Of course, I haven't seen all his roles, so. Then when I got home that evening, I decided to watch Andre the Black Nerd's review of the movie, and then it hit me. His mannerisms reminded me of Andre the Black Nerd. You know, watch Andre's review, and he'll explain it a little more. He's like, you owe that dude some royalties. Come on. I mean, I saw. I was like, oh, of course, that's where I saw it. My God, and even he said, you owe him some money. Send him a check. Come on. That was hysterical. A lot of great action sequences and CGI. I was really kind of impressed. It was really impressive. Of course, like I said before, I'll reiterate now, Casey Jones needs more of a backstory instead of crowbarring him into the movie. Just for no reason, he had this stuff in the trunk of his car, no rhyme or reason. You know, I think he had more of a backstory in previous iterations. And of course, like I said, you know, as things progressed and got towards the end, you knew there was setting up for the next movie. Obviously, you want to know what happened with these characters. It's understandable. They all do that in Hollywood. I really hope Donnie gets to use his staff more in the next movie. That was a really cool staff he has. I'm guessing he invented it himself, obviously. Oh, and do yourself a favor and stay for the credits, at least part of them. That's something real cool in there. I wasn't expecting, but I loved it. Anyway, I liked the movie for what it was. It was very entertaining. Got me out of reality for a while because it was because Sholo was an absolute nightmare that day, and I'll tell you about it in the next vlog, I'm going to be recording after this. But it was fun. I liked it for what it was. It was fun. You know, it's a Turtles. It was kind of cartoon-like, goofy, cheesy, just like the original cartoon was. You know, I grew up with the original cartoon. I grew up reading the comics back in the early '80s, so I can appreciate that. But I think they tried too hard to make it, you know, cheesy or, you know, kind of flash back to the original one and try to appeal to newer audiences, because most kids today aren't going to go, nah, that was cheesy. But if you're really going to want to see good Turtles, watch the animated series on Nickelodeon. I think Nickelodeon had something to do with this one too. I don't know if they were whatever they were involved too. So. But that's okay. Like I said it once, I'll say it again. It was a fun movie. I liked it for what it was. It was entertaining. Had a few good laughs. And if I had to give it stars, I'd say 3. Maybe for the effects alone, could be 4, maybe. But the story was lacking a little. It was, I don't know. It seemed it was the story. I don't know. It was a silly movie. You know, just take it as it is. Don't take it seriously. Don't try to disassemble it or analyze it. Just enjoy it. It was an enjoyable movie. You know, solid 3 stars. Could have been better. And hopefully the third one will be the be-all, end-all Turtles movie. I'd like to see Krang and Shredder kind of working together. You know, fighting the Turtles, and maybe Shredder and Splinter going at it. So I'm sure Splinter's improved since last time. Of course, kind of hard to become a ninja master, you know, by learning from one book. But hey, this is all. It's, you know, it's fictional, so enjoy it. Enjoy for what it was. And of course, their new layer was pretty cool. They got that all redone, so it got destroyed in the last one. So I appreciate you guys watching. That's my review as it is. Now, will I buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out? I probably will. I'll probably get the first Turtles movies. Will probably be cheaper now. I don't think I could pay $25 for the Blu-ray of the first one even now, or even when it first came out, much less now. So, you know, watching both. The first one was, well, some people said the first one was better. I think the second one was a little better because the Turtles were a little bit more fleshed out. Of course, you drop other characters in out of nowhere and no backstory, kind of. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. I appreciate liking, subscribing, watching more of my videos, sharing my channel, and commenting down below if you'd like to. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Cowabunga! Booyakasha! Turtle power!